recently something's flashed up on my dashboard saying that I've got a DSC system fault, which is the traction control, and also cruise is not available, and an ABS warning light. So that is mildly alarming. Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me back in my Jaguar XK8 the day before I'm embarking on a bit of a road trip. So being someone who's got a full-time job and a young family, time isn't in sort of a lot of supply. So tomorrow is a bit of an experiment, sort of what sort of trip can I do inside a day. So I'm going to drive to North Wales around Snowdonia, hopefully find some decent roads to drive on, and really use this as a bit of an experiment to find out what can we do in sort of the span of a single day. How far can we go, what can we see, and then use that as a baseline for future trips and see if we can go a bit further and do some more exciting stuff. Talking of exciting, apart from like a lot of motorway driving tomorrow, probably about 600 miles in all, so not like mega mileage, but still quite a lot of driving to do in a single day. So that might in itself might not be super exciting, but Wales has some really good driving roads, and we'll hopefully seek out some of those and some scenery if we can see it, because today is the day before Storm Dennis is supposed to hit the UK. So looking at the weather forecast, it's going to look pretty sort of epic in terms of wind and rain, especially in Wales. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to face when we get there, but hopefully get some good footage and either encourage people to do similar trips or dissuade people from leaving their house in such weather conditions. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to head back to the house now and start packing up a bit of a sort of kit bag that I might need for tomorrow, and I'll talk you through that. See you in a minute. Right, so you join me now back in my house, and I'm just putting together a little bit of a kit bag for tomorrow. So this is just the bag I'm going to put it in, just like a soft bag. It's got loads of MG spares in here actually from like trips I do with the MG every now and again to car shows, so like a spare fan belt and spark plugs and other various bits and pieces. So kind of stuff that I won't use for the Jaguar, but still some of this stuff might come in handy if I need it. So I've got like a tool roll here, which has just got screwdrivers, spanners and that kind of stuff in. It's nothing too exciting. But I've also got this sort of selection box of tools here, and this is more like the kind of thing you might need if you do need to fix something in a bit of a hurry by the side of the road. So things like cable ties. There's a little torch here. There's like electrical connector tester, some insulation tape as well for fixing electrics, adjustable spanner, and like some wrench type stuff as well. The other thing I've got here is a sort of really small screwdriver set, and these are a lot more useful for electrical connections. And like the other day when I was trying to sort out that J-gate, one of these was the one that I was able to open that little box of electronics with. So handy to have sort of all sizes of a screwdriver available if you need it. Other things, so like the other day, electrical contact cleaner just in case something needs doing, interior wipes in case you make a mess, and then we've got things like a bit of a magnetic based SOS torch type thing for working in the engine bay or whatever. And it's also got a like a USB charging port, so you can use it to charge up your phone if you need to. The other thing I haven't got here, but it's in the car and I do need to charge up before I go actually, is a power bank. So if you're kind of on the road using your phone or sat navs or cameras like I will be doing, then having a portable power pack is really useful to kind of keep charge on the go. I don't know if I'll use this tomorrow because it's going to be pouring down with rain, but if you're off to a car show or something like a quick detailer is pretty handy just to wipe off some muck if you need to, with a soft cloth, and then like an oily rag for checking the oil and that sort of thing. That's one thing I didn't mention, I don't think, at the beginning of this video, is I kind of went on a little drive to some flat ground. I live kind of on a hill, so I couldn't check the oil level and that kind of stuff where I live, so had to find sort of a flat road, check the oil, check the coolant, checked make sure I had enough windscreen wash, and not that you need to be on a flat ground for that, but also like tyre pressures and that kind of thing. I've checked those as well, and topped up my petrol, so ready to go in the morning, I believe. I just need to charge up everything. I would normally take my drone on a trip like this, but unfortunately I think the weather's going to be too bad for that. But yeah, you'll join me in the morning, about to leave for Wales. Exciting. Bye. Right, so it's the morning time now, and it's just before 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm about to set off. Less than ideal really. It was Valentine's Day yesterday, so I've had a bit of wine last night, which perhaps I shouldn't have done. I'm not like I'm drunk or anything, but it's a slightly more groggy feeling than I would have liked. But we'll get on the road shortly, and as luck would have it, or bad luck would have it, I've actually misplaced my phone holder to sort of use my phone as sat-nav in the car, so either using Waze or Google Maps or whatever navigation app I normally use. But I thought actually it might be quite fun to try and use the Jaguar sat-nav to see if it can get me to where I want to go today without too many hiccups. It should be fine because it's mainly sort of motorways and things, but yeah, we can see how we get on using that. Still not entirely sure exactly where I'm going or what I'm doing today, but first thing to do is to kind of head in that general direction, and maybe look for some breakfast at some point. But yeah, you'll join me in a minute, hopefully, on the way to Wales. So yeah, here we go. Right, so quick update. I've just stopped at the Oxford services for a coffee break, and doing okay actually. One hiccup so far. The M40 was closed at the junction of the M25, an accident of some kind, and because the Jaguar sat-nav doesn't have any sort of dynamic rerouting or anything like that, or traffic alerts, it did kind of complain for about 5 miles about doing a U-turn while I was trying to find a way around it. So yeah, gonna press on now. I am a little bit worried about the weather. It seems like every other overhead gantry sign is warning about severe weather conditions today. So when the sun eventually comes up, if we can see it, we'll see what the weather's doing, and yeah, how we're going to get on over in Wales. On the detour around the M40 accident, went through some country lanes, and there were quite a lot of floods, and I don't even think the worst of the weather's even started yet, so it should be an interesting day if nothing else. So probably start another video once the sun comes up and we can see a bit more about what's going on outside. See you in a bit. Right then, quick update on progress. The sun has come up now, so you can kind of see a bit more of the countryside, but it is a very grey day, so I'm a little bit concerned about when we get to Wales what we can actually see when we get there. But it should be quite dramatic scenery if it's windy and rainy. We're doing okay, so I'm just checking my trip computer here. So far we've done, let's have a look, 150 miles, and an average speed, if I can get this to work. It's the active cruise control that I've got going. It seems to like to display the output rather than let you use the trip computer. Average speed of 64 miles an hour, and that includes that detour around the M40 that I did earlier. So as expected at this time of the morning, there's not been any real traffic problems. In fact, it's been really quiet. It's starting to get slightly busier now as people sort of wake up and do something with their Saturday, but I think the weather's actually probably going to put a lot of people off getting out and about today, so we might get some roads to ourselves a bit later on. But yeah, pretty excited to see how the day unfolds. So while I've got a bit of time on the motorway, I thought I'd talk a bit about the name of the channel. So as you know, I'm in a Jaguar XK8 and I've got an MGB GT, so I'm into sort of like GT cars and that sort of romantic view of grand touring. So you know, back in the day when people would not take planes, they would take their, you know, cars on long distances, sort of on touring trips, where the journey was as much about the fun of the trip as getting there. So grand touring cars are supposed to be cars that can cover, you know, long distances in relative comfort, and that's kind of what I'm doing today. I'm trying to do a grand tour in a day, and this being a GT car, I'm sitting here in comfort enjoying the drive. So the name of the channel comes from the Italian for grand touring, which is Gran Turismo, like the computer game, for example. And what I've done is, because this is kind of a blog or vlog, I actually used to have a website blog, which I don't really maintain anymore. So what I've done is take the word blog and put it in the middle of this quite nice Italian word. So I basically ruined it. So. Right, so we are definitely in Wales now. You can tell because all the road signs have the Welsh translation on them. Just making our way now to the Horseshoe Pass. Apparently it's quite a good driving road and good view and that sort of thing, but as predicted, the weather is going to be pretty terrible. So I'll try and get some good footage of that, and maybe you'll join me somewhere on the Horseshoe Pass. Here we go. I think this is the start of the Horseshoe Pass up this hill here. Have to watch out for flood water, because we have found quite a lot of sort of big puddles across the road, and I really don't want to smash through one of those and tear off some like heat shields or under trays or anything like that. And it's just a shame the weather is so bad, because although you can see quite well, I mean, it's not a disaster. There are quite nice views that I can see here, but as we go further up, I wonder if it's going to get worse visibility. This is where having my J-gate issue is a bit of a pain, because you can't select gears manually, which would have been nice going up these steeper bits. I suppose it's just as well I can't select gears and floor it in second or something and fly off the side of this hill. Oh yeah, views are pretty good. There's snow up there. I think that's snow. Jeez. Wow. This is incredible. system fault, which is the traction control, and also cruise is not available, and an ABS warning light. So that is mildly alarming. The only, I suppose, thing that's not making me panic right now is that I hear that people have these when they have low voltage on their batteries, so potentially that would explain my J-gate issue, and it really was a low voltage, and maybe my battery's not charging properly. That could be the reason. I might even be clutching at straws here, but yeah, maybe that could be the cause of it. We'll see how that goes. I mean, hopefully that goes away if I drive the car, but I just can't believe there's snow up here. We're not that high, I don't think. That is incredible. What's the outside temperature? 10 degrees outside, there's snow up here. This is just lovely scenery. At some point I'm going to have to turn around and come back up here and take some photographs, but this road is pretty amazing. Don't want to stop having fun just yet. Whoa, here we go. Right, so I'm sort of halfway up this Horseshoe Pass place. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me very well. The wind's really getting up now and the rain is just almost torrential. It's been really fun, like driving up and down this road, but it's getting on for, well, it's only 10:30. I wouldn't mind trying to find somewhere to eat because I've been on the road for a little while now. So what I'll do is I'll probably, what I'll do is I'll probably call it there for part one, and in part two we'll head over towards Snowdonia way and see if we can find some more passes and maybe some even more epic weather and roads. Anyway, catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video so far and see you again very soon. Bye!